and I know she's not traveling that much more quickly than KUZMINA, but it looks to me as though ZAITSEVA might come over the top of the hill a little bit fresher. And I tell you what, that it's Jonsson who is getting closer and closer. She was 10 seconds behind. She's cut that to 7.9, and maybe Jonsson is going to ski herself into the silver or possibly the gold medal. She's running out of time. 1,300 meters to go. 7 seconds is an awful long time to catch up in just that short distance when you consider that at least 60% of it is downhill. Look at that. ZAITSEVA has opened up 40 meters over KUZMINA. 2 bronze and a gold already for ZAITSEVA. The gold coming in the relay. KUZMINA with no medals to speak about at any stage of her career could be on for silver, and I think all she's got to do is stay on her feet unless we see a sprint from Jonsson. Jonsson's a really strong shooter. We know all about her shooting skills, but I think the big difference this year is she's got so much stronger over the snow, but still she's struggling to close the gap. 1, 2 and 3 separated by just 50 meters. ZAITSEVA looking more and more assured of taking the gold medal here to add to the 2 bronzes that she got in the sprint and the pursuit. Well, Russia obviously disappointed and embarrassed by the scandal affecting Yeroshenko. Yuryeva Ilyatova will be delighted that the championships has finished well. They took the women's title in the relay yesterday, and they're surely going to take the women's mass start title as well. Lots of shouting for Jonsson. This is her last real chance. 700 meters to go from the banner now. ZAITSEVA is through, and she accelerates once again just to shut down any thoughts from KUZMINA of coming through to take the gold. And it is now Jonsson who is starting to turn the screw, because Jonsson's getting closer and closer. From 5, 6, 7 seconds behind, she's closed it to 5 or 6 meters, and the work rate is right up there. What she's got to do is get on to the heels of KUZMINA, use the slipstream down into the stadium, and then if she's got anything left, turn it on for the final 150 meters. But it looks as though KUZMINA is aware of the danger, and she's just stayed 10 to 15 meters clear. KUZMINA, 24, has well, she's not shown us anything like this. She actually had a very good sprint at the beginning of the championships where she finished 7th, and that was with 1 miss on the standing shoot. Today she shot pretty well with 0.011. The only person to shoot clear today is going to finish in 4th, I think. That is Vita Semerenko. What a disappointment for her. And her twin sister is down in 13th, having been up in 3rd place after the 3rd shoot. An easy run into the finish for a gold for ZAITSEVA. Russia take their tally of golds to 2. They still trail the Norwegians, who have 3. Slovakia get themselves on the medal. The Croatians are there. The Slovakians are there now. And Helena Jonsson, gold in the individual, bronze in the mass start. She is now the star in the Swedish team. There's a race for 4th, and it's Vita Semerenko up against Andrea Henkel. Henkel stays low, saving the arms for the last 50 meters. Will it be Semerenko who takes it? I think it will. Henkel is denied. She has to settle for 5th. Good World Cup points, but it's not the medal that Andrea Henkel was after. Domracheva, good again, but once again missing out on a win. Domracheva's shooting score 0.020. Good run from NEUNER, despite some poor shooting on the day. NEUNER 2.012, so 5 misses in all. BRUNET in the top 8. She's only 20, and I think we'll see her there regularly in the future. MEDVEDTSEVA of Russia, 9, ahead of VITKOVA, who's exceeded expectations massively over the last 8 days. Martina BECK not firing on all cylinders, there's no doubt about that. 1 minute and 7 seconds behind, and finishing ahead of HAUSWALD, who led early on in this mass start event. GREGORIN, TOFALVI, BERGER 13, 14 and 15. Tora BERGER looks shattered, and no surprise with that. She's had a really tough week. Via SEMERENKO 16th, some 12 places behind her sister, who has finished 4th today. And coming in, number 17 is Kaisa MÄKÄRÄINEN. I'll just give you MÄKÄRÄINEN's shooting score. She's 1 minute 54 behind the leaders. MÄKÄRÄINEN 2-0-1-1, so 4 misses in all for MÄKÄRÄINEN. She's skiing well enough, hasn't lost the form we saw from her in Antolz, but today too many misses. The best combination coming from Olga ZAITSEVA. She's looked ominously strong on skis all week long, and today she's added a 90% hit rate with the targets, 18 out of 20, and that has given her the gold medal. Filipova of Bulgaria often does very well at major championships, has struggled a bit this week. Buligina, part of the Russian women's relay team that took gold in 23rd position, 2 minutes 36 down off the leaders. And Buligina today missing 5. Katja Haller of Italy, good shooting score, 18 out of 20, missed 2 on the very first shoot and went clear after that, but down in 24th. So I think the Italians missing Ponza, who didn't qualify for today's race. Nazarova for Belarus. Be interested to see what Klaus Siebert, the Belarus coach, thinks, or shooting coach, thinks of their performances this week. And Sandrine Bailly struggling again. How difficult it must be when winning pretty much became a habit in 2003, 2004 for Sandrine Bailly. This year, really struggling. 21st for Kvostenko. And would you believe it? The World Cup leader, the most successful athlete in the female races so far at these championships, Kadi Wilhelm, just couldn't hit the prone targets. Now, I'm just theorizing. I have to admit, I missed something happened to Kadi Wilhelm in the first kilometre while I was just checking out the start sheet, and I'm sure many of you picked up on it. I'm just wondering whether she's damaged the rifle, and that might possibly have affected her shooting throughout the race. Wilhelm with 7 misses today, 4 of those coming from the prone position, so she fails to add a 3rd gold to her collection, and that completes the women's programme here in Pyeong Chang. ZAITSEVA is the champion in the mass start, and she joins some very distinguished names, the likes of Forsberg, Zabrilova, Poiré, and of course Olofsson and Henkel, who have all won majors in this discipline, the hardest race of all. Gold for Russia, their 2nd of the championships. Let's have a look at ZAITSEVA in action on the range. Lots of movement, but great reactions. And in the end, strong enough to ski herself out of trouble, finishing 7.5 seconds clear of Anastasia Kuzmina, the silver medalist today. So a great day for Russia. They've taken the gold. Slovakia the silver with Kuzmina, and Sweden again on the podium. They get their 3rd medal of the championships. Well, look at that. The stadium is almost full here in Pyeong Chang. Best turnout that we've had so far, and there is still 1 race to go, the men's relay, and that could go anyway. Germany, Russia, Norway, generally the main contenders in that event. But there have been so many surprises at these championships that I wouldn't be too shocked if Austria came through to claim the gold in the major race of the season. They've certainly been the relay team of the year. The spirits in the Austrian camp high as ever, having won the gold and silver yesterday. There's Brunet for France. All change in the French team. So let's have a look at the medal table. Norway still on top, all 3 golds going to Ole Einar Bjorndalen, but they've picked up a silver and 3 bronze as well. Germany getting closer. If they win the relay this afternoon, they will head the medal table at the end of the championships, and that's without any individual golds in the men's event. So a little bit of surprise, and with Russia picking up two golds so far, they could take their tally of golds to 3 as well. Jonsson, good shooting in the end, brought her through, but she still missed twice in the standing position. The pressure starting to show. We'll see how she gets on for the rest of the season. KUZMINA, a name that many of you will never have heard before, but Anastasia has come through to claim the silver medal, hitting 18 out of 20. Just didn't quite have the ski legs to take on Olga ZAITSEVA over the last 2,500 meters. But ZAITSEVA so strong, and having been instrumental in the success of Russia in the relay yesterday, you can't say she didn't deserve the gold in the mass start. I think that look said, I know I'm strong enough to win this one, as she headed out of the range for the last time, and she was too good for the rest. 7 seconds the margin after an easy ski down the home straight. Svetlana SLEPTSOVA looking a little perplexed at the way things turned out. She missed out on a top position today, outside the top 24. In fact, she's down in 19th, SLEPTSOVA. 4 misses, 2 of those coming on the last shoot, which pushed her right down the order. So 1 race to go. Who is going to claim the last gold medal from Pyeong Chang? And we'll just give you the timings for that event so you don't miss it. It starts at 11 o'clock. That is Central European time. Set your clocks for an hour earlier if you're in the UK. Either a late morning for you, or maybe you've been out, done something already. But I think it could be the race of the championships. We'll leave you with shots of the 3 medalists here in Pyeongchang in the women's mass start. Their racing is over. Those who've won can celebrate. Those who haven't will have to start thinking about the next round of the World Cup, which takes place in Vancouver. The first race for the women is on the 11th of March. They've not got too much time to recover, but 2 races in Vancouver, then they go to Trondheim in Norway, and the season will finish in Siberia, Khanty-Mansiysk, and that is where ZAITSEVA will no doubt get a very, very warm welcome, and they'll be expecting to see more success from her. ZAITSEVA with another 60 points in the World Cup Challenge will move herself into the top 10 for the first time this year. What a good sequence of races she's had. 7th, 3rd, 14th, and now 1st today. It's very, very solid indeed. Kadi Wilhelm, her run of successes not outside the top 5 since the 9th of January has suddenly fallen apart, and Wilhelm right down the order, just couldn't get the shooting together today. I suspect that she fell at the beginning, something that I missed, and I think maybe have done some damage to the sights because she missed 4 in the prone position. Well, that's all we've got time for now. Come back in an hour and a quarter for the men's relay, the last race of the championships. But for now, from Pyeong Chang, goodbye and have a good morning.